Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 20 of the Not Your Everyday MMA podcast. I want to apologize. Last week's video didn't come out, and it's on me. Editing errors, stuff didn't work out. Didn't end up having time to actually upload it before the fight, and I didn't want to upload it after because our predictions really don't matter too much. Number
By the
two,
way, yeah, we didn't do that great on our predictions.
we did
Well, I
not do
didn't.
good on our
I
predictions
did
either.
not. I think we agreed on every one too, and we did not get a single one right.
Yeah, we were very wrong in our predictions. So you're welcome. Number two, we have an Instagram page. I'm going to promote it right now at the beginning because we're posting all things MMA news. If you're going to repost stuff on Instagram, you're going to comment and argue with people in the comments. You want to do that on the Not Your Everyday MMA Instagram page.
Facts.
Go follow it. It's going to be the first thing in the bio. I'm going to put it over everything. It's going to be right there. It's going to be great. Please make sure to do that. We appreciate you. Tori, the Ultimate Fighter, is coming back. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands right now, but we got Conor McGregor, the notorious.
The notorious one. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. I'm happy it's not Tony Ferguson, actually. I'm very happy it's not Tony Ferguson. I was a little scared for a second. There were some rumors, but I was like, Tony's over in Harvard doing his studies. You know, Tony's doing him. And so I'm extremely happy. But I'm curious onto how these two personalities are going to match up because who doesn't like Michael Chandler? Michael Chandler is an all-around guy. He's the sweetest man ever. And Conor McGregor is Conor McGregor. So are we going to get the respectful, nice one? Or are we going to get the your wife is in my DMs one?
Right.
Which one?
Your wife's a towel.
Yeah. You never know. But that makes it all the fun. So we'll see.
I'm just happy Conor's back. The thing is, he still hasn't taken the USDA drug test, which means every day he doesn't take the USDA, that's not how I'm saying it. USADA, thank you. Every day he doesn't take USADA is 6 more months that he's not fighting. You know what I mean? So it takes at least 6 months. So hopefully they get a roll on that soon. Also, my Conor McGregor hoodie is coming soon. Yeah. So, Tori, we got a pay-per-view. I know we're posting a little late of a podcast here, but we're still going to give you our breakdowns. UFC 284 taking place in Perth, Australia. That's my Australian accent.
Can I say something about this card? That was great.
Say something about this card. I want to hear it.
I think this is probably one of the I posted a TikTok saying how I didn't love money fights, I guess, and like people kind of got mad at me. I didn't mean money fights. I just like to see the best versus the best, and this fight is truly, I think, one of the best representations of the best versus the absolute best, because we're seeing number one in pound for pound in the clear. I think even though Islam hasn't fought as many people as some of the other like Israel Adesanya, I think we are seeing the clear number one skill wise pound for pound number one and number two fighters face each other, and that is 100%. Rare that they're in such a close weight class. And I think this is probably one of the best stylistic matches, one of the most anticipated, two of the most skilled fighters we have ever seen face each other inside the octagon, and I am so excited.
I know. I'm so excited. Let's get into it so we can talk about it. Troy, I'll give you the first fight, and I'll do my best at pronouncing the names. We got Joshua Kulabala taking on Melisk Bagdasarian.
There you go. I'm not going to say it because you already tried. Perfect. I'm going to say Josh and Mel. That's what I'm going to say.
Josh and Mel.
First of all, we got Josh. He is 10-1-1. He is a good striker with a boxing style. He has good cardio, a solid chin. He's a scrappy fighter who usually finds himself in a brawl. He tends to pressure his opponents and walk them forward, nonstop throwing during the fights. Throws some good combinations. And I just have underlined always comes forward and throwing. Just your classic all-out brawler, classic fighter, boxer style, scrappy. And this fight is in the featherweight division. I forgot if we mentioned that. And then we have Mel. That's all. I'm not going to try to do the rest. But then we have Mel, who is 13-5-0. He is a very technical striker with a Muay Thai style. He has solid power in his hands. He moves in and out, but he does like to stay at a range. He picks his opponents apart. Does not have the best cardio and can be inactive, but he is a quick starter and he does hold a lot of volume in his shots. Now, because of this fight, I'm going to choose the scrapper. I'm going to choose I'm choosing Josh. I think he can get it done because Melzik has I think it's Melzik has
The
been inactive,
gun.
and he has you just can see in some of his fights where he starts off very strong, he's coming forward, he's moving quick, and then he just starts to wear out. Whereas I don't know what it is about these brawlers like the Nate Diaz's and like kind of the Jorge Masvidal's. They all have very good cardio. They all have really good cardio. They can just go forever, I feel. And so that's why I'm choosing Josh for this fight. And I think I'm gonna go. I don't necessarily have a way because I wasn't very familiar with these two fighters, so I don't like fully know them. But I'm gonna choose Josh, and I'll say by decision.
Josh by decisions. The pick for Tori for me. This is a very hard fight to pick. It's very 50-50. Obviously Joshua, a lot of people didn't think he won his last fight. I actually think
Yeah.
he got the better in that split decision. So maybe I'm watching a different fight, but I did like him there. Your breakdown for both fighters is great. Yeah, the big thing with Malisk, the gun, that's his nickname. I'll call him the gun. The big thing with the gun is, he's been off a while. And when he was
Yeah.
here, he hasn't fought a level of opponent. He fought Contender Series almost 3 years ago, then got a knockout in his next fight, TKO, and then like a unanimous decision over a year ago. He's 31, he's a little older than Joshua was, who's 28. It's because they're so close technically for me.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to look at other things and like do MMA kind of math. I think I'll take Joshua as well. It's not my most confident pick. I would not bet on this fight. I think it's very, very close. But I see Joshua's chances to win. I'm gonna say by decision. Did you say how you thought they were? Did you say knockout or decision? Whenever you think you
Decision. Decision.
decision. Yeah, I'm gonna go by decision as well. I think that's probably smart. But yeah, that's a hard fight to pick. Next fight in light heavyweight at 205, we got Tyson Pedro. I tried to roll my R right there, but it's Australian, so they don't even roll their R's, honestly. And then, oh dear lord,
Modestas.
Modestas,
Modestas.
Bukueskas,
Bukak. Bukoskis. Bukoskis. Bukoskis.
His nickname is the Baltic Gladiator.
I did see that.
So,
also disclaimer, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, I do have a severe cough and cold. So if I'm talking midway and I just gotta mute myself for a second, just like
maybe I'll
that
sing
has to happen.
Maybe I'll sing a song.
That's like
no, yeah, two good fighters. Tori, your breakdown.
Alrighty. I'm a fan of Tyson Pedro. I really like Tyson Pedro. He's friends with Israel Adesanya. He trains at is it City Kickboxing that they all train at? I believe so.
I don't know if he's at City Kickboxing right now, but he was at one point for sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I think he is now. Sorry, okay. I was seeing Volk or and Izzy talk about him, but I'm a fan. He knocked out Harry Hunsucker, the Mr. 1 round in the first round.
The Hurricane.
The Hurricane Harry Hunsucker. That's such a cool name, Harry Hunsucker.
That's fire.
But it's cool. You have Tyson Pedro, who wasn't active for a little bit. I think it was like 3 years. He had 2 torn ACLs, which is crazy now that he's back. Anyways, Tyson Pedro moved down to light heavyweight. He's a very solid fighter. He uses his reach to his advantage. He throws his leg kicks, especially the low leg kicks, very smartly. He uses teeps, usually kind of to mess with his opponents a little bit. And then as we saw in the last fight, he has a quick and technical boxing style. He is a very, very powerful left hook. Can have ground and pound if he is able to get the fight to the mat, which he does not have great wrestling. So yeah. And then he is always keeping the pressure on his opponents. And then you have Modestas, who I'm going to be honest, Alex, I also was not that familiar with, but he is a fighter who is 13-5-0. He was the Cage Warriors light heavyweight champion. And if I am not mistaken, I might need to look this up. I think they fought twice before.
Okay.
And I think he's won both. I might just have to look that up. I could be so wrong. If you could, could you look that up real quick for me?
I'm on it. I'm already on it. I was already on it. Thank you.
Alrighty, Cage Warriors light heavyweight champion. He has a kickboxing style. He's a very flashy fighter. Uses like the spinny kicks. He has a very good question mark kick and a really good powerful jab, and just kind of throws a lot of fancy shots within the octagon. I'm a fan of Tyson Pedro, and I'm choosing Tyson Pedro, and I'm going by second round finish. I don't see Modestas wearing him out or knocking him down. I don't think he has the power, because Tyson Pedro, he looked very, very good in his last fight. And he's looked good in some of the videos I've been seeing of him training. So I'm confident, and I'm gonna go Tyson Pedro. Did we ever
I don't
see
think they ever fought each other. Did you
No.
say Tyson Pedro and
I fully was wrong.
Yeah, I don't think they ever fought. However, Baltic Gladiator, he fought Jimmy Crute 2 years ago and lost to him, which that's something. But no, good breakdown, Tori. I'm gonna go with Tyson Pedro as well. That's who you said you were going with, right?
Yeah.
Tyson Pedro. Yeah, I'm going with Tyson Pedro too. I really like him in this matchup. You talked about his teep. If you don't know what a teep is, guy, it's a front kick. It's Muay Thai front kick is the difference. And that's important because he's a real good Muay Thai-esque striker. He doesn't always have a Muay Thai stance. And that's the thing with a lot of UFC fighters. Israel Adesanya, for example, has really, kickboxing, Muay Thai, UFC lessons with Alex, MMA lessons with Alexander here. Kickboxing is very similar to Muay Thai. It's just a different sport. And in terms of a Muay Thai style stance and a kickboxing style stance, they're very different.
Muay Thai
elbows
like
and knees.
Muay Thai is more high.
Yeah,
I always picture like this. Yeah.
More of a guard, more of a
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, and different names for kicks too, I guess. But no, very good kicks. Tyson Pedro, very good. Like I would say he's more of a Muay Thai style-esque fighter than a kickboxer, but hey, whatever you want, guys. Yeah. Don't get mad in the comments. I've done both sports. So anyway, yeah, very good there. And then yeah, looking at the Baltic Gladiator, my thing with him is he wasn't good in UFC.
He has not.
He was bad. Okay, so he left, got good, but he was good in other promotions. UFC is the best of the best, and if you expect to come back after losing 3 straight in UFC and beating a guy like Tyson Pedro, you are sadly mistaken. I do not see that happening. I like Tyson Pedro a lot here. I think he gets it done in his home country because Baltic Gladiator, he's from Lithuania, Nobody's cheering for him. I'm Lithuanian, actually. I got a little bit of Lithuanian in me, but ain't nobody cheering for this dude. They're all gonna be cheering.
Yeah.
Tyson Pedro, home country.
Oh yeah, it is his first time back with the UFC after winning the Cage Wars. Yeah. He went 1-4, lost to Khalil, Jimmy Crute. Yeah.
I don't like him. I don't like him.
And Olin Jacek. I actually know how to pronounce that last name. It's oh wait, actually you guys can't even see what I'm saying right now, so never mind. That was never mind, that was so relevant.
Okay, so we both agree on the prelim fights.
Yeah.
On to the main card. The fight everybody wants to see. The fight that if you're buying this $80 pay-per-view, you're buying it because you want to see Jimmy Crute take on Alonzo Menifield. That's what you want to see. So I'm going to give you a breakdown for this fight.
I love Jimmy Crute, though.
Jimmy Crute, great wrestler, has a lot of takedowns in his career. He's 2-3 in his last 5, coming off back-to-back losses. Looking at Alonzo, he's coming off 2 wins in the last 7 months in like 3 or 4 weeks. He has really good takedown defense, but he doesn't have crazy he's crazy power. Just boom, boom, boom. Crazy power. That's all he is. He strikes a lot, sometimes sloppy, but he has a lot of power. Jimmy Crute has not wanted to wrestle in his last fights. He decided he's not a wrestler anymore. Yeah. Why would I take him versus a very fresh Alonzo? For me, I don't see it. Alonzo's fresh. He's fought twice since, Crute's fought at all. And I think he tries to stay on the feet, and I think he gets lucky. I think he gets a knockout. I am betting on him. I am putting a bet on Alonzo to win this fight. I'm gonna put a little unit on him, money line, maybe by knockout or TKO. I don't know. I don't know if you guys care about my betting world, but if that tells you anything, I'm betting some money on Alonzo. Tori, Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Let me hear it.
No, I agree with you. Jimmy Crew, when I was doing research, I was like, why does that sound so familiar? It's because one of the first fights I watched like with my family that I made my mom watch. Jimmy Crute, that was the same night Jimmy Crute like snapped his leg against Anthony Smith, and that was the same night Chris Weidman completely obliterated his leg against
Disgusting.
Uriah Hall, my bad. No, but that's just a funny story because I was like, guys, like I love this sport. Like I'm just like, for the first time, I'm gonna buy the pay-per-view so my whole family can watch. Yeah, they never wanted to watch one after that. And there was like 3 brutal knockouts, like after
That's
it was
very
like
funny.
Usman. It was like, yeah, sorry. But anyways, that's that story. Crew, last fight lost. I mean, his last 2 fights, he's lost by first round stoppage. First one obviously broke his leg or ankle or whatever, something happened. And then the last one was a loss to Jamal Hill. He's an aggressive fighter. He's always looking for the finish. He needs to win this fight because he was a light heavyweight prospect until he lost 2 in a row. He is has solid power, throws good kicks. He's a good grappler. Good grappler. He misses. I can't speak. I need to slow down. I'm so sorry. He mixes his strikes well as the levels of the strikes, but he does tend to keep his hands low. But the thing about him is he's still young. He's only like 26, 25, 26. Still room to grow. Then you have Menifield, 13-3-0. He's aggressive and will always look for the finish. He's insanely strong. He doesn't throw many combinations. He throws solid straights though, very explosive, durable, and just has that good old knockout one punch ability. And he does do best in those one exchanges, kind of those brawls in the pocket, and then he just tends to walk people down. And I have the same opinion as you. Crew's not looking too hot.
Yep.
Lately, and it sucks because he's still young, so he still does have room to grow, but I don't think he's gonna grow in this fight. I'm taking Alonzo, and I'm going Alonzo by I'm gonna say early stoppage, whether it's by ground and pound, whether it's by complete knockout. I'm going Alonzo.
We're in agreement once again, Tori. Once again.
Yeah. Here we go.
Next fight.
Oh, next fight. Okay.
Yeah, I think you had it. Do I have it? Do you have it? I don't know.
You want to do it?
I can do it. Yeah, Justin Tafa taking off Parker Porter. This is, if you didn't buy the pay-per-view for the last fight, it's because you bought it for this fight. Everybody wants to know who's winning this absolute barn burner of a fight. Looking at Tafa, really good knockout power, really strong chin. I heard it somewhere. I forget where it was. They said he is the Wish version of Tai Tuivasa, and I thought that was funny. He's got that good head kick on our boy. We were talking about him earlier, Harry the Hurricane Hunsucker. He did not look bad versus Jared Vanderaa at all in their fight either. Parker Porter, really good striker, not a lot of power. He lets his guard down a lot. Hasn't had a knockout since 2019. And in my head, Tori, we always forget these things. 2019 was kind of long ago. It's 2023. This is a heavyweight fighter who has not knocked somebody out since 2019. How are you even a heavyweight not knocking people out? I don't know. I think he's kind of bad. I'm hearing a lot of people defending Parker Porter. I'm hearing a lot of people pick Parker Porter. Maybe you pick Parker Porter. For me, I do not get the hype around him. He's not knocking people out. I don't think he's that good. He's old. Justin Tafa's like 28, and Parker Porter's almost like 38. So like he's getting old. He's kind of chinny. Give me Justin Tafa. It's a hard fight. Obviously, with the heavyweights, you never know. So if Parker Porter wins, I'll look silly on Sunday morning. But I am gonna go with Justin Tafa here, Tori.
Yeah, really quick. Harry Hunsucker must really not like the Australian, New Zealand guys with those tattoos on their hips. I forget what it's something to do with culture. I don't know what it is. I'm so sorry. I don't know the name of it. But the ones that go like, boop.
Yep, he loses to all of them.
Yeah, the past 3 fights, Tuivasa, Tafa, and Pedro. I just thought that was funny.
The UFC needs to give him one more chance. I think he got cut, but sign him again to a fighter who's not Australian.
Yeah, Australian, New Zealand.
Yeah,
one of them. But this is your classic heavyweight swing. I was saying this before, swing and bang. Just is gonna be 2 big heavyweights that aren't the most technical fighters in the world, just with power. with winged shots,
Mhm.
And so Tafa, he's 3-1 his last 4 fights. He's a very hard hitter. He has a good chin, a solid chin. He has a really good overhand and throws really good kicks. He has a powerful right, but he's not good on the ground. Not good on the ground at all. And then you have Porter, who has a decent ground and pound if he can get the fight to the ground because he's not a great wrestler. He's a heavy hitter. Once again, just some good leg kicks, kind of good, pretty good movement for a heavyweight. And he should look to take the fight to the ground, even though I don't think he's going to. And so I'm going Tafa, and I'm saying by first round finish. I'm going, and I say that with confidence.
There you go. Yeah, I agree. On to the next fight, Tori. Jack Della Maddalena taking on Randy Brown. Give me your breakdown. Give me who you got.
Alrighty, I am actually very, very, very excited for this
So am I.
fight.
So am I.
Okay, so you have Jack Della Maddalena, who is 13-2-0. He has a kickboxing style. He's a BJJ brown belt. He has solid power. He moves very fluidly inside the octagon. He pressures opponents, but kind of slowly, just gradually. He throws really good combinations. He mixes his shots to the body well. He holds a lot of confidence, especially going into this fight. And if he wants to win, he needs to close the distance because of how long Randy Brown is. And he should look to get almost like that steep kick to the liver. Just boom, that liver shot, because of how Randy Brown is tough as well. Randy Brown is 16-4-0. He has a boxing style, a very, very good lengthy jab. He has good fast footwork, really good head movement, and rolls. Sorry.
Tori is coughing currently, and got to get that cough out, before you get to a guy like Randy Brown.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Sorry, that was my bad. Good power in his punches, uses his range very well, because I believe, I do have to look it up, I think he has a great range advantage in this fight. He combines his punches and kicks very, very well, and he does have the grappling advantage between the two.
Sure.
This was a very hard fight for me to pick, but strictly because it's in his home country, and he's just walking around. He's just young, and he's upcoming, and he's walking around with this certain confidence because he has multiple finishes in a row from his past couple of fights. I'm gonna go Jack Della Maddalena, and I don't think it's gonna be by finish. I think it's gonna be by decision. I think it's gonna be a close fight. I'm gonna say by split, because this is a very well matched fight. I just think that extra boost from the crowd and from him just being home, I think he's gonna get it. And I think he might have a little more power than Brown, but he just has to make sure to stay away from those long kicks and that jab. That's just gonna keep poking and poking. So yeah.
Yeah, good breakdown, Tori. Michael Jordan once played an entire NBA game with the flu. And I think right now Tori Haverill's putting on her flu game. She's coughing, and she's just killing these breakdowns and predictions. So I gotta give it to you, Tori. You're having your Michael Jordan flu game. No, but really good breakdown. You look at a guy like Randy Brown, and you broke him down good. Good striker, good speed, good boxing, has the BJJ in his back pocket, but he relies on that lengthy striking like you were talking about. Looking at Jack Maddalena, I like not saying the Della because it makes me sound different. But Jack Della Maddalena, really fun to watch. Great jab, good cross, marches forward, lands a lot of strikes per minute. I forget how many it is, but it's a lot. I remember looking and not putting down the number. And I think that's a problem for anybody, and that's why I'm going to take him over Randy Brown. I don't think Randy Brown will be able to take the constant forward pressure that Jack Della Maddalena is going to bring. And I actually think he's going to finish him here, Tori.
Really?
Maybe by technical knockout or knockout. It's going to be hard, and I think it would be in a later round. But I think Randy Brown might leave his chin open a little too much and maybe get caught. But I can definitely see it going by to decision as well. It's not as close as I'm not like very confident on knockout or TKO, but that's what I'm going to go with. But I'm going with Jack Maddalena as well.
The reach is so I'm just gonna say Jack Della.
Jackie boy.
Little Jack. 73-inch, and Brown is 78, so that's gonna be a 5-inch reach advantage, which is huge.
That's big for Brown.
Especially for Brown's fighting style.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be huge. But I don't know. Jack, he has to be able to stay in the pocket and land those shots to the body. Really land the shots to the body to kind of crumple him up a little bit, especially because Brown's a little skinny boy. Not really. I'm just kidding. Not skinny, but you know what I mean. Right. I'm just saying, land those shots, land those body shots and those teeth kicks, and yeah. Anyways. to the next
Jack Della
fight.
Maddalena kind of reminds me of a Corey Sandhagen. That's all. Anyway,
A little bit, yeah.
on to our co-main event. Yair. I always say it wrong.
Yair.
Yair. Thank you. Rodriguez taking on Josh Emmett Torrey. Rodriguez, very, very good striker. Really, really good kicks and uses them well. We're talking about a striker, Rodriguez here, that forced Max Holloway to shoot desperation takedowns in late rounds to win a fight.
Yeah.
Max Holloway, who I don't think anymore, Tori. Let me ask you, would you still say that Max Holloway's the best boxer in UFC history? Would you say this? Or what the current best boxer? Would you say this anymore? I mean, Volk destroyed him. I'm not even saying Volk's the best boxer. I'm just saying, how can Max Holloway be the best boxer if Volkanovski destroyed him for 5 rounds?
Max.
Blessed. You gotta love blessed. But at the end of the day, this guy used to be considered one of the best boxers, the best boxer.
The new generation's coming.
He had to take takedowns. He shot takedowns so he could win that fight. So that really goes to show how good Rodriguez's striking is. You look at a guy like Josh Emmett, who is a good striker as well, but he's more known for his power. In my opinion, he's like barely won his last 2 fights, and it's arguable if he even won his last fight. But
I don't think he did. But
I don't think he did either. I agree. He has a good kind of march forward style. My thing is though, with guys that have a march forward style, I don't like when they can't keep their head up and he'll duck his head a lot. Not like he's a UFC fighter. He has very good striking. He's not doing this like I'm doing.
Yeah.
But you'll see him he'll duck his head more than what he should when he's the one marching forward. So that's my one weakness. I don't see how Emmett beats him here. Rodriguez is. I think Rodriguez. Wow, what did I write down? I have Rodriguez. I don't know what I wrote. Oh, Calvin Kattar got hit a lot. He got hit a lot by Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
Didn't even get knocked down. Got hit a lot. That's the one thing for me. It is featherweight, which, that's another thing. So it's not like these guys are getting knocked out all the time either because they are that much lighter. But yeah, I'm going to go with Yair Rodriguez getting the win here. Tori, let's see what you got. Is this our first disagreement?
No, it's not actually.
Okay.
So I mean, you have Rodriguez. He is the
He is the man, and we love him.
The Ultimate Fighter Latin America winner.
I gotta tell you, Tori, our audio only listeners are gonna be really confused when those little pauses happen.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know
guys.
we gave them the warning, but like they're gonna be confused. Anyway.
Yeah, I apologize, but he's an athletic striker with knockout power. He's a pressure fighter who sets a very high pace. Very skilled. He has technical kicks, good at a boxing range. He always uses his length to his advantage, uses counters within the pocket. Very athletic, always is switching stances, very light on the feet, can level change pretty well. He has 3 wins by submission, 5 wins, 5 first round finishes, and 6 knockout victories. Then you have Josh Emmett, who actually has a pretty good record, 18-2. Didn't really deeply look into that. You have knockout power. He has knockout power, very explosive, pretty good takedowns, has the wrestling advantage between the two, has a very powerful right hand, which he's kind of known for. Very effective inside the clinch. He is always coming forward, walking people down. A technical fighter, moves along the outside of the octagon. In fact, always prefers to stay on the outside of the octagon. Puts his all into his shots and has really good counters. Is also a southpaw. I was at the fight against Dan Ige, actually. I was there live. Didn't think he won. I can tell you that. Especially by unanimous decision. Didn't think he won his last fight.
Crazy.
People are, like you said, people are talking about his power, but the last knockout he did have was in 2019. And so I'm gonna go Rodriguez. It's a while ago. I'm going Rodriguez. I think it's gonna be a beating.
Yeah, word.
But something about this fight is I'm not even a fan of this fight because I don't think either of them deserve it, to be honest. Yair just had a fluke win over Brian Ortega in July, I think, which I was so excited for that fight, but didn't happen. Had to people say it was a submission. Brian, his short, weird win over there, and then Emmett had the weird win with Kattar. And people were saying who should fight for the title. I'm like, I don't think either of them should fight for the title. Yair, just before Ortega lost to Max Holloway, and he was gone for a while before that. And so I just don't love the interim thing. I like, and I know it's like the best fight the best, and like there always has to be a champion, but I truly don't. This division's in a weird spot right now where they have younger contenders coming up, and I just don't think this fight makes sense for either fighter because I think there are fighters that have more potential and that have done more. Yeah, I don't love it.
When Arnold Allen beats Max Holloway, he would be a good contender.
I don't think he would. But also, I called that. I don't know if I said that. I called that fight.
You did call that fight. You did. And I don't know if he beats Max Holloway. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Main event time, Tori. A fight that we have been waiting for. We were very excited for this fight. I think every UFC fan is excited for this fight because it has been so long since we have seen a fight where it is the best versus the best. And you put them together and they fight. And it's for the double champ. And it's crazy and it's awesome. And it's in Volk's home country for the first time, which UFC did him so wrong for this being the first time in his country, but it's whatever. Tori, Islam Makhachev Makhachev.
Oh.
Makhachev. I've heard it a million ways. Taking on Alexander Volkanovski. Give me your breakdown. Give me your prediction because I'm excited to hear it.
Okay. When I say Volk, there's like a three-way tie for my favorite fighter. It's hard. So it's going to go Oliveira, Poirier, and Volk. I love Volkanovski more than life itself. I want to hug him. I want to talk to him. I just want to hang out with him for the day.
I also want to hug him.
I want to get a smoothie with him and sit by the beach and just chat. That's like, I feel like he'd give me really good life advice.
I don't even play video games, so I kind of like play video games with him. Maybe like a Madden, you know? I don't know.
I feel like he would be really good at like Subway Surfers.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we love Volk.
We love Volk, and I hope he walks out to Down Under because if he doesn't, I'm gonna be so sad because that's the best walkout. That's my favorite walkout of all time. Anyways, and then Islam Makhachev, an insane. These are the true number 1 and 2 pound for pound. I already said that, but anyways, you have Islam Makhachev, who both these records are crazy. I could have raved about this fight for so long. 23-1, and then Volk 25-1. That is insane. So you have Makhachev, who I don't think you really have to break down this fight too much because if you're an MMA fan, you're going to know who these two are. But you have Makhachev, 4-time Russian Sambo champion, great pace and pressure throughout fight. I have almost great and good under everything for both of these fighters. Very, very solid striking. A 10 out of 10 takedown ability, as we know. He has very smart trips, tosses, and knees, and he is a very technical transitional grappler. When you are on the ground, he has amazing control. It's scary. He is a southpaw. He does play out of range and kind of fights out of range when he's setting up his shots. And his check right hook is very insanely dangerous. And if you know Islam Makhachev, you know wrestling. That's all you kind of need. That's all I need to know is all you need to know for this fight is to say one of the best wrestlers we've seen in the UFC ever. The best wrestler in the UFC by far right now. Then you have Volkanovski, 25-1-0. Knockout power. Just one of the best mixed martial artists we have ever seen of all time, if I can just say that really quick. Sets great pace and pressure throughout the fights. He has good wrestling, good cardio, good striking, good grappling, just very solid everywhere, especially striking. And his fight IQ is something that really stands out. He has the quick footwork. He throws feints very well. He has a powerful hook and very accurate shots. He's diverse in his striking and has good hand fighting tactics, especially. And he's, with all the research I'm doing, is he's very hard to hold down. And this fight, it makes me so mad because I love you, Volk. I love you, Volk, with more than anything in the world. And I'm going to pray every night that I am wrong. I'm going to pray so hard until Saturday night that I am wrong about this fight. I can't say that. Oh, I'm choosing. Oh, it hurts. It hurts me. I'm choosing Islam to win the fight. But not by much. I don't think he's going to dominate Volk. I don't think he's going to just hold him down. I honestly don't know. But my heart is just telling me that it's going to be Islam because that wrestling, there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's literally nothing unless you're another one. Unless you're Habib versus Islam, then we'll see. But I know I'm praying that I'm wrong. And I could be wrong. Volk has the ability and I'm talking for so long, has the skills to get it done. He definitely does. And if anyone were to do it, yes. But even if Islam wins, Volk is still my number one pound for pound just because of how much better he is in every other area. But I'm choosing Islam to make that decision.
So yeah, a couple things, to bring
sorry,
up
it's hard.
that you didn't
It's
bring
all.
up. I'll talk about them. I got a couple new ideas. You got a good breakdown. Um, Number one, length of this fight. Islam's never been in a long fight, a 5-round fight.
That's true.
This is a new thing. Now, do these wrestlers, Sambo fighters, whatever you'd like to call him, he is more of a Sambo style guy, but the difference in grappling is not much in terms of the wrestling. It's more of Sambo takedowns, the trips that you were talking, the single legs. That's more of the Sambo style. I said Sambo, that was weird, but the Sambo styles, the grappling is very similar to wrestling. Could be style. But yeah, the length of the fight. Usually they're good, but we haven't seen that. Volk, he been there, done that, and he looks fresh after the 5th round. Number 2, Alexander Volkanovski started his MMA career at middleweight.
Yeah.
Then went to lightweight. And when he was at those weight classes, he knocked everybody out.
Yeah.
Everybody he fought, he knocked out in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He went up this weight class so much and then cut weight. He had to cut weight to make weight. Okay, so I think he's going to have a lot of muscle mass. He's going to be a lot stronger. He's going to be in his home country. A lot of people thought we were going to see Alexander Volkanovski versus Charles Oliveira. Remember that, Tori? Remember that was you.
Okay, you know what?
At one point.
You know what?
But I will say this. A lot of people really thought Volk was going to beat Charles if that fight happened. A lot of people saw it that way because Charles has been so chinny. Islam beat Charles, the most dominant way Charles has ever lost. It was crazy. As a Charles hater, I didn't even see it happening. Like I was shocked.
You're a Charles hater for what?
Not a hater.
What did he do?
He always beats Dustin. I love Dustin. He beat him.
Dustin.
I was so
Dustin's
upset about it.
I know. I love both of them.
So it was tough. It was tough. But Tori, can I say it confidently? No. You know how you said your gut is telling you Islam Makhachev, even though you want to root for Charles or Volk, my gut is telling me Alexander Volkanovski. I am going to go with Alexander Volkanovski. Now, do I know? Do I understand?
If you say it, then that makes me more confident that Volk's gonna win.
Do I understand that Islam does not get hit? That it's a big point. He doesn't get hit. He gets hit less than 3 times per minute. That is insane. But if there's anybody that's going to come in there and chop him up, it'll be Alexander Volkanovski. Alexander Volkanovski got a lot of heart in him. These Dagestani guys, I don't remember who I heard say it. It might have been Luke Thomas. I can't remember. No, it wasn't. I don't know who it was. But they fight like they already know they're going to win. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. Volkanovski knows he's going to have to fight for this fight. I don't know if Islam's ready for that. Islam, in his mind, is already won. That's how those guys are. Volk understands that's not where he's at. He knows he's gonna have to fight. He knows he's gonna have to fight hard, and I think he can do that in a 5-round fight. We're talking about Max Holloway again, the best boxer in UFC. He killed him in a 5-round fight. I think he 10-8 him every round in their last fight. People think I'm crazy for that. Whatever. Watch it back. I think he 10-8 him every round. Yeah. If you ask for the Alex Henry scorecard, I mean, And yeah, I'm going to take Alexander Volkanovski. I know I sound like a crazy person. Also, Tori, I'm an Islam Makhachev fan. I don't know if you know this. Islam's one of my favorite fighters in the UFC because he's a wrestler, and I love my wrestlers, and he's dominant, and I love dominance. Those are like my 2 things. That's why Israel was always my favorite because Israel is so dominant. Everybody you beat, he just beat him so dominantly. That's why Israel's always been my fave. That's why I love Islam. But I'm going with Volk.
You know what? Damn it. You might have changed my mind because it's so hard to explain. I'm so on the edge of this fight. Like, I almost want to say, like, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I don't really have a pick. Because you know what? I don't really have a pick because I don't. I'm so confused on what to feel because you actually made such a great point I've never heard before when you say that these guys go into this fight already thinking that they're gonna win.
They do.
Volkanovski has that down under heart, dude. He's gonna get it done, and I know it. And I'm gonna. Yeah. No, I you know what?
All right, Tori.
I'm going Volk.
The real question is, Tori, when you go on verdict, are you picking Islam or are you picking Volk?
I'm picking Volk. I'm going. You know what? I'll do it. I'll send you a picture after. I'll pick Volk because you. The thing when I said the reason why I'm so questionable about Islam is because in no way ever shape or form, and I could be completely wrong. This is my thought. I do not see him dominating Volk whatsoever. I don't. If he were to win, I would see it by split decision, like split decision, barely winning, or I can see Volk just yay mate, just going through and just punching him and punching him and punching him.
I want to reiterate something else I heard from somebody. You know, I get a lot of my knowledge from people. I don't know who all, but I just listen to a lot of MMA. I'm obsessed with it. Somebody was saying Islam has like no weaknesses, but if you had to pick a weakness that Islam has, because he doesn't, he's a great striker, by the way. He's a very good striker. Did you see his elbows?
Yeah.
Did you see the elbow videos? It's insane.
Yeah.
He's a great striker, but his issue is he doesn't get hit a lot, right?
Mm-mm.
That causes his offense to be very slow at times. Because if you're always being defensive, and he's not a counter striker, he's not a crazy counter striker. Of course, he's going to counter strike, but that's not he's not known for that at all. So his offense is really slow at times. Meaning, if Volk constantly brings it to him, he might get to a point where he's like, I don't want to be defensive. I want to strike back. He might get in trouble there. That's one. He
has been knocked out before.
Yeah,
he has, and people forget.
The other thing that we didn't talk about is Volkanovski in his entire career has like less than a minute and 40 ground time, like on the ground, like less than a minute and 40 seconds. Yeah. He's never on the ground. You take him down, he gets right back up. Just like Israel, the same way. So I don't know. I know it's Islam. I know. Am I just gaslighting myself? Am I just constantly convincing
You just gaslit
myself?
me into believing it? You fully just gaslit me. Like, yeah, like I'm on board now.
I don't know. Am I just constantly giving myself reasons to pick Volk? Sure. Okay. But my gut is telling me to pick Volk. It is. So that's why I'm going to pick Volk. You're picking Volk or are you picking Islam?
I'm picking Volk.
You're picking Volk. And if we look stupid next week, Tori, I don't care. I don't care if we look stupid.
Definitely could happen. Probably will. But you know what? No, but we're because okay. Sorry, I'm done after this. I could just talk about this fight forever.
Go ahead.
But it's just Volk too my cousins met him before and my cousin was like, dude, he has like tree trunks. Like his thighs are bigger than tree trunks. Like that's what he was saying. He's smaller and he is going to be harder to hold down. Another interesting fact, his arms are longer than Islam's. He has a longer reach. So
the height difference is not much in this fight.
No, and it doesn't matter if he has a longer reach in general. It's not going to matter, the height difference. No. In fact, it might make it harder. I'm correct me if I'm going to actually, I'm not going to ask that question because I'm going to sound really dumb because I'm not a wrestler. So I don't know. I actually don't know. Does height affect the takedown? Like
it does in a sense.
It does.
I always thought the shorter guy, it's easier for them to take shots. Alex is not going to probably take any shots on Islam, obviously. The taller person is better at defending shots because they can get their hips back faster. So,
yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. So, okay, I don't know. So I was just wondering. I'm not a wrestler.
Hey, maybe somebody listening didn't know too. So now they know.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Anyways, but it's little stuff like that. And okay, this is also gonna sound stupid, but Israel Adesanya said, guys, that he tried to take Volk down and hold him down. But you also have to understand is Israel Adesanya is like 6'4". And he couldn't even hold little 5'5", 5'6" Volk down. And even if obviously Israel Adesanya does not have anywhere close to that, but I'm just saying, Volk is probably, in my opinion, the most skilled mixed martial artist of all time. And if he loses this fight too, I don't want people to discredit him at all.
If he wins this fight, he's in the GOAT talk. I put
he 1000% is. I would put him
in the top three.
Yeah, I would put him at 3. In terms of skill wise, like I don't know. Islam's very skilled at one point, but Volk is just so well versed everywhere. And I don't think if he loses this fight too, if he does, which I don't know, but I don't think people should discredit him at all because of what he's done and what he moved up to. Yeah, I don't know, but Volk for life.
Volk. We're going with Volk. Tori, top 5 your favorite Australian fighters. Trigger warning to you guys in the comments. I know they're already hating. How could you guys both think Volk? This is the worst MMA prediction account I've ever seen in my entire life. I already know what's happening. And honestly, so valid. I'm not even gonna hate on you guys. That your hate comments are so justified. But if you would love to hate even more, New Zealand is not technically Australia, but like it is. Okay. So Tori, your top 5 your top 5 favorite Australian fighters.
Okay. This isn't by skill. This is just by faith. Also, favorite by skill.
Okay.
5, Casey O'Neill. She's cool. Like, I don't love her. I put her at 5 because I was like, oh, cool.
Mhm.
Number 4, we have Mark Hunt. Number 3, we got Bam Bam Tuiva.
Bam Bam.
Hi, Tuivasa. Bam Bam. And then at number 2, we have the Reaper. We have Robert Whitaker, the little sweetheart. And then at number 1, we got Volkanovski, the man that comes from a land down under.
I love it. Number 5, I got Robert Whitaker. I like Robert Whitaker, but just having to watch Israel beat him all the time makes me not like him as much. Kai Kara France. Number 4, Jessica Rose Clark. Let me tell you, Tori, I have a huge crush on Jessica Rose Clark, and that is the only reason I put her here. Does that make me a sexist MMA fan? Maybe, but I don't care. That's why I put her there. Number 3, Jessica Rose Clark. Number 2, I got Tai Tuivasa, my favorite heavyweight currently until John Jones comes back, and then he might be my favorite. I don't know. I really love Cyril Gane too. Anyway, number 1, Alexander Volkanovski. That's going to do it. Please go follow us on Instagram. Not your everyday MMA. Go follow us on Instagram. You can see all of our stuff, our picks, all of the stuff we talk about. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, we appreciate you. Make sure you're downloading the videos. And if you're on YouTube right now, I'm talking to you, hit that subscribe button. Please. We could use it. We need it. We need the views. Our views used to be nice on these pay-per-views. We'd be over 1,000 easy. We get like barely 100 views, but we loved you. We do love you guys. Valentine's Day coming up.
We love you a little bit more.
But we want those views up. We want everybody to hear our great picks. So that is going to do it for episode 20 of the Not Your Everyday MMA podcast. As always, I've been Alex Henry, and I was with
Lori Haverl. Thank you, guys.
Signing off.